Welcome back to the second part of the tutorial on doing the break-even point in Excel using Excel QM options. In this tutorial, I'm going to talk about other options that Excel QM gives you in terms of doing break-even point analysis. This is an example of a copy store. Let's say we want to add a copy machine to the copy store. The machine itself was $600. It's considered as the fixed cost, and for every page of copy there is a cost of 0.01. The selling price for each page of the copy is $0.05 per page. Let's perform a simple break-even point analysis for this problem. We want to know how much should be number of copied pages, so that we cover all the cost of buying the machine and also the variable cost of copying the pages. So I'm going to go to QM tab here, then go to QM menu, break-even point analysis, and break-even cost versus revenue. You can give any title. I would say copy machine, and I may make sure that we click volume analysis and graph, click OK. So now we have this window opens up. I'm going to decrease the size of the graph so I can zoom in. Fixed cost is $600. Variable cost was 0.01. Selling per page was 0.05. And if you click enter, we can see that for 15,000 of copied page, the cost would be 750. Basically, that's a break-even point, the place that the revenue and cost meet, and that's the number of copied page that should be to cover the total cost. So now let's assume that the owner has two options. I would call it machine 1 and machine 2. The difference between these two options is the fixed cost, the initial cost. The first machine cost $600, second machine cost $400, lower fixed cost. However, the variable cost for the first machine is lower, $0.01 per page, and for the second machine is $0.015 per page. So even though the initial cost is lower, the copy cost is higher. So we want to compare these two machines and see which one is better, or at which number of copied page the cost for these two machines are equal. Still, we assume that selling price is 0.05 per page. Let's go to the QM menu, break-even point analysis, crossover cost volume analysis. So we can give a name to copy machines. Number of options, we have two options. Variable cost is 1. Let's click open. Okay. So we have two options. The fixed cost for the first option was $600. Variable cost was 0.01. Fixed cost for second option is $400 and variable cost is 0.015. So if you enter these numbers, you can see that the two options in terms of the cost will meet at 40,000 copied pages. So in another word, if the demand is 40,000, it doesn't matter if the owner choose option 1 or option 2. I also can change these names, machine 1 and machine 2. If the copied pages are less than 40,000, or the demand for the copy machine is less than 40,000 pages, then machine 2 seems to be a better option because it has lower cost compared to machine 1. If the number of pages or the demand for copied page is more than 40,000, then machine 1 seems to be performing better with lower cost than machine 2. So this is very helpful when we want to compare one or two options that we have in terms of the cost. So we can see that at 40,000 unit of the product or 40,000 copied page, the total cost would be $1,000. We also can see for a specific number of product, like 30,000 pages, what would be the cost for each machine. So volume analysis at 30,000 unit, machine 1 costs 900, machine 2 is 850. Again, we are 30,000, we are at this point, and machine 2 performs better because it has lower cost. The cost is 850 compared to machine 1 that the cost is $900. I can change this to 50,000 now. You can see that now machine 1 is performing better. So at 50,000, machine 1 has lower cost compared to machine 2. So you can add more options also. Let's go over the creating another one. So I would say multi-copy machines. So number of variable costs, we still have one variable cost. We can also increase that one. Let's assume that not only it's about the papers, it's also about the ink or maintenance service as a variable cost. Number of option to 3, and let's see what will happen here. So we have 3 options now. Let's assume we have 3 machines as a selection. I would go with machine 1, machine 2, machine 3. We have 3 machines. So let's list the fixed cost. I'm gonna put random numbers. Let's say 400, 700, and 1000. The 400, the variable cost, let's say this is the ink cost, and the paper cost 0.01, 0.02, the next one 0.01, and the next one 0.05. The next variable cost, let's assume, is the maintenance cost. So I would go with the 0.025. So this one 0.018, 0.1. You can see that the total variable cost is now calculated as a summation of top parts. So we can also see the break-even points for comparison of each 2 machines. So machine 1 versus machine 2, the break-even point where the total cost for 2 machines are equal is 17,647 unit at this point. So at this point, the total cost of machine 1 and machine 2 are equal. So before this point, if the demand is less than this point, then machine 1 performs better than machine 2. After this point, machine 1 is performing worse than machine 2. You can see that the other 2 break-even points are negative, meaning that we don't meet it. It means that machine 3 is always performing worse than the other 2 machines because the cost is higher, so that's not an option to choose. Let me change the variable cost of machine 3 as well. I would go with 0.001. So now you can see that machine 3 is coming to the play. Now there is a break-even point or an equal cost between machine 1 and machine 3, as well as machine 2 and machine 3. So before this point, which is 13,636, machine 2 is better. After this, machine 3 is better. Same here, this point for machine 1 and 3, this one, 15,384. Before this point, machine 1 is better. After that, machine 3 is better. We have the other break-even point here between machine 1 and machine 2. We did it before, 17,647. So you can add basically different various number of options, as well as you can break your variable cost down into multiple items. It will automatically calculate the summation of them. We also can compare the options using a volume number. Let's go with 25,000 copied page. At 25,000 you can see that machine 1 cost 1,525, machine 2 1,400, and machine 3 1,150. We can see it here also. At 25,000 copied, machine 3 is performing better than machine 2, better than machine 1. And if I change this to 5,000, the cost will change. Now machine 1 is performing than machine 2, performing better than machine 3, and we can see those in the cost elements. So I hope this tutorial helps you to work efficiently with Excel QM for break-even point analysis and solve more business analytics problem.